It's your favorite people again,
Jasmine and Emily.
If you did not know.
Now you know. And every Thursday, we're going to talk about some throwback old school shit and have a nice little drink with you guys. Because what's the better vibe than drinking and listening to old school?
Right. So on this Throwback Thursday, we are going to be talking about the great Mary J Blige and her second album, My Life.
Which is one of the best R&B albums of all time, if you ask us. Definitely. Sold over 3 million copies. It was produced by Puff Daddy and Chuck Thomason. And I just really feel like people forget how dope Diddy is, especially as a producer. His hands were all over the 90s.
All over the 90s.
He really created so many superstars.
Yeah, and it's really because he's just like a very positive person. Like if he wants to do something, he gonna go out and get it. Like period.
Exactly. Like his producer game is so strong. The samples he be picking,
it's just amazing. He be the best sample, especially in this album.
Especially this album. I feel like this album is just so empowering towards women.
Yes.
And it's just so relatable because it really goes through the phases of what women go through, like with a man, a relationship,
how you try
breaking
to find
up,
joy afterwards.
Exactly, heartbreak. Just really talks about all of that.
Yeah, which I mean, you can tell in this album that she was going through something. What she was going through an abusive relationship. She was addicted to drugs,
Clinically depressed.
Yeah, you can really feel that in this album.
You can, and you can tell she really helps write this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just, the emotions are so real, they're so raw. You can just really feel what she was going through at the time.
Yeah, and it's good that she made it so blunt to just let everybody know, like, it's okay to go through these emotions. Everybody go through them, you're gonna get through.
Like, sure, the album is very emotional and it talks about heartbreak a lot, but there's still those songs that are uplifting and help you feel empowered when you're going through a struggling time, like especially with My Life.
Yes.
Which is both of our favorite songs.
Of course.
And probably one of the best songs ever made.
It might be everybody's favorite song on the album.
Seriously, like the sample, Everybody Loves the Sunshine.
Yes, that's one of my favorite beats because it's just so nice and so smooth.
Yes, and I love the interlude before the song, the K. Murray interlude. It's Keith Murray. I actually just discovered him when creating this playlist called the Uma. And he was just a dope East Coast rapper at the time, but at the end of the interlude, Diddy comes on and he's like, yo, Chuck, throwing some more of that smooth shit.
And literally plays some smooth ass
goes
shit.
right back into My Life, and it was just the perfect transition.
Yes, it was.
And it's just like details like that really make an album whole. One part I really liked about My Life, it's in the first verse, and she's like, say what's on your mind and you'll find in time that all the negative energy, it'll all decease. And I just feel like that's so important to hear, like when you're going through a rough time, because a lot of people choose to bottle things up,
act like they're okay,
act like they're fine, but really once you speak it out or even write it down, like you don't even have to talk to anybody, just let it out somehow. It just really, you just feel like a whole new positive person, like a burst of sunlight just came into your life.
Right, because if you bottle it up, you're not doing anything but hurting yourself and carrying on
and other people, for real.
And carrying on something from the past that you can't even change. So
exactly, that's why.
Just express it.
Yeah, this song is so amazing. Like, not only women can relate to this song, but men as well.
Right, because everybody goes through a heartbreak.
Exactly. I saw LeBron singing his heart out to that little shit.
I know, he felt that song.
Yes, like it's just, who doesn't love My Life by Mary J?
Which my favorite part is, take your time, baby, don't you rush a thing, don't you know that we are all struggling. I just feel like, just take it day by day. Eventually this pain will be over, and the pain that you went through will blossom you into a beautiful person, and you will learn so much from the pain. Like struggle is really beautiful.
It is, because it turns, like, it just molds you as a person. And I think we love this song honestly because we focus on self-care.
Right.
So this is kind of empowering to us.
Right.
But it also brings awareness to people that need to hear something like this, and I'm sure it gets a lot of people through a tough time because
the entire album, not even just
the whole
entire album gets people through a heartbreak that they went to. And in the album, it goes from like happiness, and then it goes from like
breakup.
Yes, you're going through shit, and then it starts to tell you like you'll be
becoming
okay.
yourself again.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Yeah, it's so good at just going through the phases of what women deal with in a relationship with a man. Like on You Bring Me Mary's Joint is what I'm thinking of. She was basically begging the man to stay because she just loved him so much, and it's like she's like, why can't we work it out? Why?
Yeah.
And I just feel like a lot of women relate to that, because when you love a man and he does you wrong, you just want to work it out so bad because you remember the good times and how you fell in love with him.
You're in love with the good times, for real.
Yeah, and it's just so frustrating because deep down you know, like, they're not going to get it together.
Right.
So I feel like she put that into perspective, even though that wasn't, I don't know, like that wasn't the main focus of the song, but you could just tell what she was feeling at that time.
Right, which my favorite song is Be With You. It's just about loving somebody who shows you no interest, doesn't acknowledge you at all, but you really want it to work out. And then after all the arguing, everything that you go through with them, at the end she said, like, I need to be with you. At the end, we still want to be, we still are with this person that is causing us so much pain.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of women can relate to that, because after a man breaks your heart, it probably takes a good year to at least be okay with that shit.
To at least be okay.
And it's just like any man that comes around, it's like you're gonna be comparing them to the man that you're with that broke your heart.
You're not gonna be giving them your all. Any little thing that they do that the other person may have did, you be like, oh no, I don't want to deal with you.
And she talked about that on the album as well, like just wanting him only and only him, and saying nobody's love will compare to his and stuff of that nature. So I just feel like she really speaks to the soul of a woman.
Yes, that's definitely true.
And it just makes you feel like, wow, I'm not the only person that's fucked up.
Yeah, and I feel like that makes everyone comfortable to know, like, I'm not the only person that goes through this, and it should make you comfortable enough to express yourself, to talk to other people about it, because again, following it in is not going to do nothing but hurt you.
Not at all. And she still has those tracks too, like I said, that empower you through all the heartbreak, like Mary Jane, All Night Long. Like, that's just such a confident point of view, and I know when I listen to that song, it makes me feel like that, actually.
Because you are.
Thank you. But so I actually seen that it's sampled from the Mary Jane Girls, All Night Long. I'm way into samples. I pretty much look up the sample for every song. But the original lines were, climb up on the ladder, honey, what I got is better than money. But Mary J, she kind of flipped it to make it more empowering to women and make you feel more confident. How she changed it to, come into my bedroom, honey, what I got will make you spend money. And I don't know, I just love that about her and what she did with certain songs. She
kind of like, that lyrics is kind of like knowing your self-worth. Like,
exactly.
Like, I know what I got here. So
yeah, like, even though this man played me, broke me, I still came out a diamond.
Yeah,
you know?
Like, and of course, and that's how everybody is going to come out once you get over that pain. You're gonna bloom. You're gonna have so much knowledge from what you went through.
Exactly.
So, amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's just throughout the whole thing, the emotions that she conveys from top to bottom. You just can't argue with how pure it is, and they really don't make R&B like that
They
anymore.
don't at all. First of all, we were born in 1994, and this song traveled to 2008. Like, we still know this song, we still listen to it. That's how you know.
That's how
what's
timeless
real,
music.
What's real lasts forever, because
The real
everybody
will
knows.
always last. I just feel like it's like R&B today. They don't sing their hearts out. They don't
They don't
really
sing.
talk about love. They talk about fucking.
Yeah, like they don't sing about deep love.
It's
at
just
all. And it's nobody,
not really much soul.
Not at all, and it's nobody at all that I can think of that sings with so much soul in this era.
It's not. I mean, I did see this video of Tiana Taylor singing I Can Love You by Mary J. Blige, and she truly sounded amazing. And like, even on her new album, she has some really great soulful tracks. So I feel like if anybody of this era is close, it's her. But other than that, it's just the style is so different.
Yeah.
And
I wish they would bring it back.
I know, but music has changed so much.
I know, we have to. I mean, not that I mind, because I love 90s R&B, but it's nice to hear. Like when I first heard this music, I didn't understand what was going on.
But now that I've gone through stuff
I can
and I'm
truly
older,
understand. I would like to hear some nice songs about what I've actually have gone through.
Exactly, because I didn't even fuck with Mary J for the longest.
She didn't, y'all, and I couldn't believe it.
But I feel like it's only because I didn't start with 90s Mary. I started with like mid 2000s Mary. And maybe I don't know. When I tried to discover her, I probably wasn't old enough to relate to her music. So the first, like, I heard My Life on Tumblr one day, and it was on from there. It was on. I researched all her shit.
Best thing that ever happened to you. Huh?
Seriously.
For me, Mary J has always been in my life. My mom was a super big fan of Mary J. Blige. Every morning we would wake up cleaning up. You can bet Mary J. Blige was
it's
playing.
Great cleaning music. It really is. But it's also that type of music that when you're in the house by yourself, sipping on a little something, you want to listen to Mary J.
Yeah.
And you might get in your feelings a little bit, but that's okay.
People have emotions. And that's okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at some other items in her catalog, like What's the 411, her first album. I feel like you can see the growth in her and the transition and the changes.
And that has something else to do with her actually having something to do with writing the songs.
Exactly.
Like, this is your emotion. This is what you're expressing. So even like when you sing it, you can feel it even more because this is what I went through.
Exactly. And like, What's the 411? I feel like that's more so about being in love and the happy times of love. And then when you get to My Life, you could tell she went through a breakup and that love ended.
Yep. And then you go on to Share My World, which I feel like is the aftermath after that heartbreak. Like, I'm trying to learn how to love again. I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Finding the light in the dark.
Right, exactly. So those three, I feel like My Life and Share My World was definitely some wonderful albums for emotion.
It was. Like, Mary J is just low-key the image of a grown woman and what she goes through.
For real, like the emotions that we go through as a grown woman, I can definitely agree with that.
I just admire her honesty and her vulnerability on her songs.
She went through some tough stuff, like drug abuse and an abusive relationship. That's some tough stuff to want to openly express to somebody. And of course, the first time that she does decide to express is her best album ever.
Exactly, because you can't deny real emotion. People, like we said, people love the real, and that's why that was her best album.
People love what they can relate to. So if you making something that people can relate to, you're gonna last forever, for real. All in all, this was a great album to express what we go through in relationships and heartbreaks for women. Well, not only just for women, but for men as well.
Yes, I feel like it really helps a lot of people who aren't really good at expressing their emotions. That's how music is so beautiful. You listen to a song and you're like, wow, I feel this exact same way.
Exactly. And then that's what, again, makes it last forever.
Exactly. So, on that note, we'll see you next Thursday
for our Throwback Thursdays.
Now, we're not always going to talk about music. We'll talk about movies sometimes.
Shows, anything. Really, we're really big on the 90s. So
yes, we love the 90s.
Majority of it is going to be from the 90s.
Yes, but of course, we'll throw some other shit in there as well. Anything that it feels good to us, and that's good to talk about because all we want to do is inspire others and start good conversation.
Exactly. So just like our last video, if you have any comments, concerns, let us know how you feel about Mary. Let us know how it helped you out. You know,
Exactly.
just
Tell us
talk
your
to
favorite
us.
song.
Yeah, tell us your favorite song for real. Just
Or
talk
maybe
to
if
us.
you think there's a better Mary album out there, let us know. We love to debate, like we said.
I highly doubt it's a better one.
Right. But actually, last video we gave you guys the wrong information because we're some forgetful motherfuckers. Now the Instagram info we gave you was right at untitled.1994, but our Twitter is actually untitled 90 spelled out and then the number 4.
Yep.
And our Gmail is untitled94 spelled out at gmail.com. But if you go to our Instagram, there's a link to email us. Don't forget about our hotline. If you really want to talk about something, please email us.
Yep. I mean, you can do Instagram, you can do Twitter,
Whatever you like,
yeah,
whatever you feel
anything,
comfortable
whatever
with.
easy for you. Just let us know how you
Yeah,
feel.
get it popping.
For real, but seriously though, like just let us know what you think and give us some. If you want to talk, just let us know.
Yep, and we'll see you on Monday.
When you're feeling down, you should never break it.